parallel or not, the corresponding angles are still corresponding. Corresponding angles are congruent only if the lines are parallel, but there's, even if they aren't parallel, they're still corresponding angles. Guys, try number 1. On piece of paper.
1 and 4.
Not 1 and 4.
Was that close?
No. There are a few right answers,
Oh.
but 1 and 4 is not it.
Is it 1 and 2?
No.
Is this like a checkup with a test?
Yes.
It's a checkup. You just follow him and hope you do our best.
Right?
Can I keep those on the board
Yep.
for tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh.
Once I get done with pumping,
Shiny. What's my contrasting color?
red.
Purple?
Hey.
White? No. Pink does not work on this board very well. Very.
Teal.
It's not great.
Four.
Teal's not contrasting.
Isn't teal blue?
I think you should do first one. I think you should do first one.
And a mix between the blue and
I
green.
guess that's not terrible.
So,
It's basically blue green.
blue and green. Hey, I can back here.
Okay, who wants to start us off? Brian?
Yeah.
You didn't know this earlier. What's the pair of corresponding angles?
1 and 5.
1 and 5 is correct. Now, did you figure that out in the last minute, or did you hear somebody say it?
I heard Brooke say it.
Is that what you put for 1 and 5?
No,
Yeah.
I've been 2 and 6.
Okay, it could be 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 7, or 4 and 8. Okay, consecutive interior. Luke, you know this one?
3 and 5.
Yep, 3 and 5, or 4 and 6.
Good job.
Those are the 2 options.
6 and 3.
Brianna,
Yeah.
alternate interior.
Wouldn't that be one outside, one outside?
No, they're both interior. They're both inside. Alternate means they're on different sides. Alternate sides of 3 and 6, or 4 and 5.
I can hear Trey very clearly. Is there Oh my gosh.
I don't think Trey is here. Somebody else. Alternate.
Stop ruining my.
Lauren, alternate exterior.
1
1 and 8, yep. Or 2 and 7. Those are your options. Okay. What do we know about these angles if the lines are parallel? Congruent, 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 supplementary. 3 and 5. Now these lines aren't parallel, so that wouldn't apply, but if they were parallel, 3 and 5 would be, they would add up to 180. Am I in the way here? Are you looking at this? I'm gonna leave that on the board so you guys don't have to have that memorized. But number 5 applies to this picture. If angle 4 equals blah blah blah, angle 6 equals blah blah blah, find x that makes lines parallel. So if these lines were parallel, what would be true about angle 4 and angle 6?
They're supplementary.
Supplementary, which means they should add up to 180. So 3x minus 7 plus 2x plus 4 equals 180. I forgot who it is.
Joe.
Who? Oh, yeah. Should remember
What's your favorite class?
that. I don't know. Okay. You got it, of course, yes. 3x plus 2x is 5x, negative 7 plus 4. Then, this comes out as a decimal. I guess, I don't know if the one on the test does or not, but
Oh man.
this one is 36.6.
I very quickly run to get my ice empty to turn into water. I'm dehydrating like what's a case saying? Dehydrating like a cactus in the desert. That's how case was saying.
They dehydrate very slowly.
Well, and then cactus in the winter.
Alright. Floating away? No. We might, well, it's just basic algebra after that first part. We might come back if we have time at the end. Okay, there is one little proof. It's towards the beginning. It's easy peasy. No problem.
How many? Is it just 3?
Actually, there's 4.
Uh,
4 lines.
So where all in Europe have you been?
Okay, this is not the one from the test. It's just like the closest one I could think of from the test.
I just want to use the small pencil that's from a compass. Exactly what I was going to use. I just wanted to do this. That's exactly.
Okay, what always goes on line 1? Given. So the given is A is parallel to B. The reason we know that is it's given to us. Okay, so what we're trying to get to is that angle 3 and angle 6 are congruent. What's something, so we're trying to get from 3 to 6. What's something we know that 3 is the same thing as?
8, 7.
Okay, 3 and 7 are the same
Yeah.
because they are what? Corresponding angles are congruent, lines are parallel, corresponding angle postulate. How about 3 and 2? Why do we know those two are vertical angles? Let's go ahead and go with 3 and 7. You actually could go 3 and 2 first. Let's go ahead and say 3 and 7 are congruent. If you just put corresponding angles, that's fine. It's the corresponding angle postulate. Guys, remember, this is worth a lot tomorrow. It's about 20% of the quarter's grade. It's exactly 20% of the quarter's grade. It's a big deal, so make sure you pay attention and try to get it right. Okay, 3 is the same as 7. What's 7 the same thing as?
Seven.
6. Why are 7 and 6 the same? They're vertical angles. That, you can just say vertical angles, but that is a theorem. Vertical angle. Theorem. You might die.
I need it. You watch SpongeBob, Mr. Jordan?
I've seen it before, yeah.
So good. I
I'm not allowed to.
If you want to talk about SpongeBob, you need to talk to Jaden. He can out trivia anybody on SpongeBob.
Okay, that's different. Explains the.
Okay, shh, guys. So we just said 3 is congruent to 7, 7 is congruent to 6, therefore, what? 3 and 6 must be the same by transitive property. 3 is the same as 7, 7 is the same as 6, therefore 3 and 6 are the same. And that's what we're trying to get to. The end.
Oh, yeah. Free time. Oh.
Okay, the tree. Oh, I erased points.
Oh my gosh. You're up. Oh. Oh my gosh. A 9.
Oh my gosh.
That wasn't the roll, right?
Oh my gosh.
That's all.
Okay, so they're not gonna, there's like 22 angles up here. They're not gonna ask all 22. However, you kind of have to know how to find all of them to get to the ones they are gonna ask about. So we're just gonna go through here. This is the given. This is like what they're giving you to start with. So this is 23 degrees and 46. Okay, so let's start with this 46. If 17 is 46, oh, and all these lines are parallel, by the way. If this is 46 degrees, what else do we know?
18 is 134.
Okay, why is this 134?
Because they're linear.
Yeah, a linear, that's one of the tricks you need. A linear pair, straight angle, means these two have to add up to 180. So 180 minus 46.
13 is 46.
Okay, let's finish up down here. If this is 46, this is 46.
So you're gonna label all that?
This is 134, this is 134. Okay, if this is 46, corresponding angle 13 is 46. By the way, if this is 46, how about over here? No. Okay, these lines are not parallel, so we don't know any of these angles. Okay, we can't jump this way because these lines are not parallel. But so we have to kind of go up here. So this is 46, this is 46. It's kind of all 4 of these correspond to all 4 of these. This is 46, this is 134. Okay, now going up. If this is 46, what? Angle 1 is 46. You guys see it? These are corresponding angles right here. Okay, they have some extra they have a couple extra lines, but they are the same. Okay, if this is 46 up here, what else do I know?
Angle 6.
This is 46 right here. Okay, that's true, but there are some different ways to get to it. She said 8 is this plus this. That is true. They're alternate exterior, but these are alternate interior. They have to be the same. Okay, if 2 is 23, 5 is 23. Okay, how can I find angle 3 though?
You do 134 minus 23.
Okay, yes, or these three together have to make 180, because they make a straight line, so 180 minus those two would do it. 180 minus 69 is 111, I guess. 111. 4 is 111 because of vertical angles. Okay, if 4 is 111, then 7 is 111.
Okay.
22 is 111. No. Okay, 21 actually corresponds to 23 plus 46. But also, these two together have to make 180, right? Or these two together make 180. So 180 minus 111 is 69.
A right angle is 90 degrees and it's 69, but it looks like 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. But it doesn't matter. I just, actually that, yeah, it's just because I didn't, like, these two numbers should have been bigger. And I was just making them up. Can't trust the picture anyway, but anyways. So these 4 angles correspond to these 4 angles. So this is 69, this is 69, this is 111, so on.
We need to do all that for something.
No, well, they only ask like 5 questions, but you kind of have to go through the tree like that to get to all the answers. So there's not that many questions, but alright, you guys good on that?
No.
I'll give you 30 seconds.
It's a little bit of stuff to write. Good thing I knew where to go with.
You did nothing, right?
Yes, I did.
Let me see.
It's a secret. Is that roller for hitting someone?
Alright, you need to put some effort in this class.
What? I put the most effort in the class. Oh my
You might have to take it again if you don't.
Oh man. I actually do really good in this class considering how much work I was unable to do.
I have a C.
And didn't do it.
That just means I'm really smart.
Alright. Okay, this one I didn't write the directions, but it's saying if angle 2 is congruent to angle 7, A is parallel to B. What is that? What's the rule that says that's true? So it's kind of like number 1. Like angle 2 is congruent to angle 7. These two lines are parallel, but what's the rule that states that? 2 and 7 are what kind of angles, basically? Alternate interior angle. It's called the converse of the alternate interior angle theorem, but you don't have to write that. You can just put alternate interior angles congruent. That's a RN. They have become one. Lots of hair maintenance today.
Stop staring at me. Look.
It's rude to stare.
Huh?
It's rude to stare.
Yeah.
Right.
like
And
this.
then it all combines.
She doesn't even write the words, she's like this. This looks about right.
Plus you
Miss Mayor? Oh,
Stop.
yeah.
I'm surprised her
She like-
markers aren't destroyed.
She's like halfway through and she just gives up. Like, it's whatever she writes on the board is what we write down.
You like find the word that's too long and she just scribbles down. She's
Like
like,
all-
she writes
it
the
all
first three
combines
letters. She
into
writes the
one.
first three letters and just like puts like a little squiggly line for the rest.
You guys know it. Well, I may be just writing a little too fast. Like she'll put supplementary like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, or like the SUP is
that was an SUP one letter. Okay.
And then the rest is
4 and 10 are supplementary, so C and D are parallel. 4 and 10 are what kind of angles? Consecutive interior. They're on the same side. See how they're on the same side of the transversal, and they're inside line C. Consecutive interior supplementary.
This looks fun. If I ace the test with 100, I should be moved straight to boot camp.
What did you say? You said he's what? We using the test board.
So rude.
Okay, number 10. 10 and 14 are congruent, so these two lines are parallel. What are 10 and 14? Corresponding angles are congruent.
I hear Emily's little brother. I don't remember his name.
Wait,
He pukes when I make puke noises next to him. I'll be behind him and I'll just go, and he'll just like puke and gag.
he didn't play football, did he?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I just.
Huh?
He is?
I know.
I don't think so. I didn't see him. I didn't see him during some of
He used to last year.
I didn't see him training last year. I didn't see him during
It's basically
this summer's football was snowing.
Training is where you do this, well, I'm gonna get it on
Oh, Frank. I'm done. I'm not done.
Come down, sir.
Hey, Carter,
Yeah, I wasn't on.
little too relaxed.
I said I'm not doing this. His mom.
Is.
Brian, why do you have an ice cream?
What are you wearing?
Oh, that's not fair.
What? What's that something?
Mario socks.
Okay, number 11, 12, 12 and 13. The formulas are on the board over here. They're gonna still be up there tomorrow. So plug them in, see if you can get it.
I bet I can. Once I get this done, can I run and get my ice refilled with water?
No, because you'd have to chug that to drink it.
Oh, I can pour it.
Yeah, you just wait till the bell rings on that.
Okay.
Nick, go get your boy.
I want to say that because he's older than me.
Yeah, that would have
I would just say he's almost 17, but
Extra.
Give me a white one.
You get the black. I don't like the black ones. The black ones are just so mean.
January 13th.
Okay, snitch.
Regardless.
Makes me snitch too.
Okay, square to 125 doesn't come out perfect, but it does simplify a little bit. So hopefully you have a good calculator, but it should have been 5 squared or 5.
What? I got square root of 13.
Show my work.
You did the math on it.
No, I did it right.
Oh, my nose is still.
I didn't see a -4. I didn't see
Yeah,
-4.
it sounds like a little low vibration.
Yeah.
Like universes and leaves, bro. Yeah, but this was like,
Like a base.
like someone hanging
Oh
on
my
like the
God.
ground at the
what'd you do?
with a hole.
I can whistle the razor with. Wizard Jordan. I can whistle the razor with. The wheels are with.
Okay, and then for midpoint, x plus x and y plus
And the kid shit at Walmart. In the middle of Walmart, and the kids. It's a hospital. They call it substitute.
Mr. Jordan.
Brian, turn around.
Yes, sir.
Let's try some of this.
Is that the answer?
Justin Arms. 2 hour long with a 30-minute rest in between.
Okay. On the slope, you have to do y minus y. A lot of people get the slope wrong because they put the x's on top, but it's -4 and -7 goes on top, or 7 minus -4.
Is it 11 over 2?
Yes.
Indeed.
It is 11 over 2.
That's
Oh no.
Sam would have been dead. Sam's dead right now.
Sam's dead.
Look. Little dot
That
inside
did
the
not
circle.
work very well.
There's a tiny little dot inside the circle. Like a long face.
Yeah, you did it right.
Get it? Get it?
Who says that, Charlie? You get it?
Like a long face. You ever watch BoJack Horseman, Mr. Jordan?
Hello, Jack.
BoJack Horseman.
Alright, we good on this?
Little kid too young.
Floating, oh, graph paper time.
BoJack.
You have a dirty one, bro. I wasn't even thinking about the blue.
Now what color?
Uh,
Quicker.
Just, yeah. You will not.
Okay, new page, new page. Focus.
is this number 13? 14?
Guys, Brian,
Sir.
Toby, try this.
Is that sports bet? Yeah, that's sports bet. Right?
Yeah.
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 Right?
Yeah.
That's 14.
I can't count. I'm this. It's how many fingers I have, but like multiplied by
Do you guys know what the slope of a horizontal line is?
Rise over one.
Y equals that.
What's the slope? Not the equation, just the slope. Okay, the equation would be y equals 2, but what's the slope? 0. The rise on those lines is 0, so slope is 0. Okay, what's the slope of C, the vertical line?
2.
No slope or undefined slope. You guys know what the equation of this line is? This is y equals 2. This is x equals 2. Okay, and then the last one, what's an equation for line B? Okay, you need like slope intercept form. So what is the slope for line B? What's the rise? Try again. 2. The run is 3. So the slope is 2/3. So remember that goes right in front of the x. And then what comes after the x? The y-intercept. So where's this crossing the y-axis at? -1. Okay, this one just says graph 3x minus 2y equals 6.
No, you're so funny.
Yes, they got it.
That's like old women that like smoke.
Hush. You guys are supposed to do number 15 here. 3x minus 2y equals 6.
You can see it now. How much are we gonna draft today?
Then the,
There's 2 of them.
did it the wrong way.
Is number 16 gonna be graphed?
Yeah.
Alright.
What did it say about that?
Okay,
It's 3x minus 2.
how do we graph this line? What do we need to do first?
Minus x. 3x.
Minus 3x. We want to change it to slope intercept form. So we want to get y by itself. What do I do, Luke, after I subtract 3x?
Divide by -2.
Yeah. That's right. So we're left with that. Okay, how do I graph that? Where do I start at?
-3.
Start down 3, and then we're gonna rise 3 and run 2 for the slope. So start down 3, and then rise 3, run 2. Shh. Rise 3, run 2. There. We're getting close. There are 2 more.
Oh.
Or else it could run low on time.
In my shoe.
Okay. Number 16, find the x and y intercepts and graph. Find the x and y intercept. You guys remember how we found the x intercept?
0.
The y value is 0. If I put in 0 for y right here, I just have 4x equals 2. If y is 0. So what would x have to be?
1/2.
Right, divide by 4, it'd be 1/2. And how do I find the y-intercept?
You put
0 in for the x value.
-2.
So you get negative y equals 2. Divided by -1, y is -2. Graph those 2 points. One half 0 and 0 -2. And draw the line.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 1 problem. Yep, this is it. Okay, this is not a graph, it's write the equation for the line that's parallel to this line and that goes through this point. Okay, if the lines are parallel, the slopes should be the same. What's the slope of their line? 3. So the slope of our line is 3. Are we going to use the -7 for the y-intercept? No. We have to find our own y-intercept. How did we do this? How did we find our own y-intercept here? Right, plug in -2 for x and 1 for y. Figure out what b is. 3 times -2 is -6. So you add 6. Make sure those vents are open. With a U or anybody else?
Like it's just grabbing all
That's for you to study so you get an A on the test.
Okay, last year I did